Yes, yes. Thank you very much for your response. I can see you guys can able to hear me. And also, I want to know how many you guys attending today is the first session. Yesterday we had a session, and I want to know how many of you attending it today is your first session. Can you please raise your hands so I can able to see in the chart, the participants. Okay. So I can see the 40 members have joined newly today, and thanks for your joining. So myself, Murli Mohan here. I'm a DevOps trainer. So I have over 8+ years of experience, and currently I'm just going to be joining the Wipro as a DevOps trainer. Previously, I worked with the different MNC companies. I worked as a DevOps engineer, and now I want to switch my career to the DevOps trainer. That is all about myself, and also I have very good experience in training. And also, I'm going to conduct the corporate training with the different clients. The recently I have given the corporate training for the Wipro and Mindtree, like a different companies I have trained to in the freshers batch regarding cloud and DevOps technology. And also I used to give like an online training as well with the different companies again. So I have delivered as of now 40 plus batches. Okay. That is what all about my introduction. And also in the today's session, we're going to be discussing about what is a cloud and why we require the cloud, and what are the services AWS is offering, and what are the services we are going to cover in this course curriculum. So yesterday's session, we discussed about what is DevOps, what is the scope of the DevOps, and also I will explain in today also what are the tools we are going to cover it in this particular course curriculum, how it is helping you to build your career as a DevOps engineer. That is what yeah. So I didn't share my screen still. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Yeah. Let me share my screen. Yeah. And one more note, guys. I'm going to unmute everyone the end of the session before 20 minutes. So if you have any questions, concerns, we can raise your hand and you can, ask me the questions so that I will answer your questions. Okay. So don't worry about the exactly by 7:10, 8:10, I'm going to unmute everyone. You just raise your hand. I'll call each and every name so that if you have any questions, we can, discuss here. Yeah. Just I will give a glance what we discussed in the yesterday class. After that, I will move on to the student session. Okay. Let's see. So yesterday session, we discussed about the first, what are the organization needs? What are the organization needs? And also in second topic, we discussed about what is DevOps. And also we have seen about what is SDLC process. That means software development lifecycle, how many phases are there and how it is going to implement in any project. And so we have seen what are the different types of methods. Different types of methods. And also we discussed about what are the tools. What are the tools we are going to cover in this course curriculum. Okay, so this is the topic we have discussed yesterday, and along with that we discussed about what is the scope, what is the scope of DevOps, and so we discussed about how about openings, and also we discussed about why you have to join in RSIT. So this is what we have discussed all the topics in yesterday's session. So in today's session, we're going to discussing about the topics called what is cloud computing. So this is what we are going to discussing today's session, and why all the organizations are moving from on premises to the cloud. Why all the organizations are moving from on premises to the cloud. So that is also we're going to see today's, and what are the reasons, what are the main factors by end of this last 20 minutes, I'm just going to, do one small, project, how we can install the web servers, how we going to deploy any kind of web, the websites. So everything we are going to discuss in this last 20 minutes. That is what the today's agenda. Let's quickly, we're going to start about what is cloud computing. Okay. Yes. Yes, fine. If you have any questions, don't worry. I'm here to answer you. Okay. So if you have any questions about your career gap, and if you have any questions and if you have any dilemma about which course you want to do it, this is the, I think you have questions. Definitely, I'm going to take up all the questions. I will answer all the questions, guys. Okay. Nothing to worry. Just hold on for a while so that we'll discuss everything end of the session, your questions. Okay. Yeah. Let's start now. For example, I want to start my the own software organization. I want to start my own startup, or else I can see I want to start up my software company. I want to start my software company. So if you want to start my software company, what are the requirements I required? The first thing is nothing but we required office space. We required office space. And the second one, we required a project. First, we have to get a project. Then we're going to plan all these things. Okay. Let's say, for example, we have an office space. Then we require a project. And second, the third thing, what we required, we are going to hire the employees. We are going to hire the employees based on the client requirement. Based on the client requirement. See, for example, I got a Java project, or else I got a .NET requirements, or else, I want to implement a project in Python. So let's depends on the client requirements. We are going to hire the employees. Let's say, for example, you got a Java project. So what we can do that we are going to hire the Java developers. We are going to hire the Java developers. Yeah. So fine. We have to hire the employees, and also once we hire the employees, we have to give the laptops, right? So once we give laptops, then only they can start their work. Yeah. So give me a moment here, please. Yeah. So we have to provide laptop to each and every employee. So for that reason, what we need to do that we have to purchase high configuration laptops. Yeah, this is what we require as a project perspective. Now we have to think about in office perspective as well. So we require admin team. Definitely we require admin team, because if the admin is going to responsible for onboarding the candidates, I mean to say HR department, all other departments comes in the admin department. So they are going to take up the onboard of the candidates. They will check the background check of each and every employee. And we can see so many things will take care by the admin team. Your access cards and your transport, everything will take care by the admin team here. And the sixth one is nothing but we require maintenance team, because if you want to clean your office, definitely we have to hire the maintenance team. And also they are going to take care about your employees. For example, they want to provide the tea, coffees, or snacks they want to provide to the employees. Definitely we require a maintenance team. Apart from that, we require a power. Definitely we require internet connection, and also we require a system admin. We require a system admin. Why we require system admin? Because if you are going to hire the system admin, he is responsible taking care of your networking. He is responsible taking care about networking, and he is the one is going to take care about all the configurations. He is the one is taking care about all the configurations of your laptops. What are the environment you require? For example, you want to implement Java project. So what is the environment you require? See, we have to install Java software in your laptops, and also we have to install Eclipse IDE. Eclipse IDE we need to install, and also we have to install one communication channel, let's say Skype, and also we have a Teams, and we have a tag, Slack. We have different kinds of communication channels we have, and also we have to configure MS Office. because the employees want to read any documented, and if you want to prepare any documentation, you want to do any work with Excel, everything is comes with the MS Office. And also we have to install the PDF configurations tool. So these are not things who is taking care of. This system admin guy is taking care of all the things. So apart from that, what we require, the very important and most important thing is nothing but a physical server we required. All right, physical server. So why we are going with the physical server? Because if we take any organization, whether it is a small organization, is a big organization, level 3 company, whatever it may be, definitely we required the physical server. Why required physical server? Because what are the employees they are going to do the work? Whenever we require, we just need to, what we can do that we have to access all the information from the server. Just give me 1 second. See, we required a physical servers. So why do we require physical servers? Definitely, if you want to store any kind of information, or you want to store any database servers, or you want to deploy your applications inside the servers, definitely we require servers. That is the reason only we have to set up our own server for each and every organization. So this is what we can call it as a software requirement, a company requirement. I'm a person, I got a project. If I want to set up my software company, these are the requirements I require. See, first we require office space, and we require a project, and also we have to hire the employees, and we have to purchase high configuration laptops, and also we required a admin team where is going to take care about all the employees, everything. And so what we required, the power we required, and also we required internet connection, and we have to have the system admin, and also we required a physical server. So if you think about all these things, what is the matter here? If you think everything here, the cost is a matter. See, we have to pay the rent, and also we have to hire the employees every month. We have to pay salaries to the employees, and also we have to purchase high configuration laptops. Definitely, we required money, and also we have to hire the employees of admin team every month. We have to pay the salary. So apart from all these things, if you want to configure your physical server, it has to invest a lot of money here. So what we required, if you want to set up your physical server, we have to purchase hardware. And also what we need to purchase, we have to purchase softwares. What are the software do you need to install inside the physical server? That softwares we have to purchase. And also we required a storage. So this is the what the requirements of a physical server. For example, you want to purchase a mobile phone. It is a 6 GB RAM and is a 128 GB storage you require. How much you are spending to purchase any mobile phone? Let's say, what is my requirement? 6 GB RAM and 128 GB storage. How much we are going to spending? 20 to 25,000. Same thing. If you require high configuration server. Let's say, for example, you require 5 TB storage, and let's say if you require 250 GB RAM. So how much do you need to spend here? Some lakhs of rupees we need to spend here. That is the reason only in 2004 and 2005, so many software companies got shut down. So why? Because they're not able to, and they're not in a position to afford this infrastructure cost. This what we can call it as a infrastructure cost. So that is the reason only so many software companies got shut down. From 2005 to, if you look at 2009, so many companies got shut down due to the reason about they're not able to afford this particular infrastructure cost. That is the reason only. So there is a solution came up. That solution is nothing but cloud computing. What is meant by this cloud computing here? The cloud computing is all about what are the services you require. For example, nowadays everyone is doing work from home. When you are doing work from home, do you think about how the employees are going to work here? See, for example, I'm working from my home for past 3 years. So where I'm going to save my data here? For example, what are the project I'm going to do it every day? So where I'm going to save my data? Am I going to save my data in the physical server? Why? Because I'm not going to save my data in the physical server. Whatever the work I'm going to do here from my home, all the data I'm going to save where? Here is the cloud. Here is the cloud. Let me explain the exact definition of the cloud computing so that you will get understand what is the cloud computing. Okay. Yes. What is a cloud computing here? See, cloud computing is a delivery of computing services like including servers, storage, databases, networking, and software analytics and all intelligence over the internet. See, what are the services you required? Whether required servers, whether required storage, or else you require databases, or you require networking, or else you require software analytics or anything. So how we can able to access all the services? We are going to access all the service to the internet. That we can call it as the cloud. So to offer the fast innovation and flexible resources and economics of a scale, and you typically pay only the cloud services used. Let me give one real-time example. So we know about everyone using internet connections. I mean to say Wi-Fi connection. For example, you want to take the Wi-Fi connection. So let's say we are going with the monthly packages. Every month I'm going to pay, let's say 1200 rupees. So they are going to give like a 500 GB data. So if we look at this particular requirements, max to max, how much I am going to use here every month. Let's say I'm going to use 200 GB, or else I can say 300 GB I'm going using. See, what about this 200 GB? Where it is going to be where it is going? That is the question here. When you're going to spending to 200 rupees to purchase this 500 GB data, how much you are using? 300 GB. For example, if you take this 1200 rupees, so you are wasting your money, and also you are wasting how much GB data? 200 GB data you are wasting. So because of this reason, who is going to become richer? The internet connection company is only going to become a rich. So we are always losing our money. But here it is cloud is not like that. So when the cloud came into the picture, the many companies they're saving a lot of money. So I will tell you after some time how we are going to save the money if you're opt out for the cloud computing. So who are the cloud providers we have? Like we have different cloud providers are there in the market. So we have like a AWS we have, and also we have a Microsoft Azure, and also so we have a GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and also we have a Oracle Cloud, and also we have a IBM Cloud. Like we have different types of clouds we have. We have different types of cloud service providers. This we can call it as a cloud service providers, third party cloud service providers. They have their own data centers and different regions. What we can do is nothing but we are going to get that services with the only using after we have to pay the money. So what is nothing but a pay as you go basis. Pay as you go basis. What is mean by pay as you go basis here? See, we no need to pay any advance amount. We no need any long-term commitments here. We just need to log into their website and what are the services you required. For example, required virtual machines or required servers, whatever you require, based on your requirements, we can able to use the services. Whenever you don't require, that moment we can able to, terminate the services. So how many hours you are going to use? How many hours you are going to use? For that only, we need to pay the money. For that only, we have to pay the money. It's like a, you know, postpaid connection. It is not a prepaid connection. How much time you are going to talk in a month? The end of the month, you are going to pay the bill. Same thing here also. How many hours you are going to use your servers or virtual machines or networking, or if you're using any other kind of services, how many hours you are using for that particular, the hours only we are going to pay the money in this particular cloud computing. Okay. So far, whatever I explained, anyone having any questions here? Everyone, it's clear. Can you please, use the chat box so that I can able to understand whether you guys understood or not. IBM full form is International Business Missions, guys. Okay, International Business Missions. That is the meaning of IBM. Yeah. Yes, it's clear to everyone. Yeah. VM is nothing but a virtual machine. I will explain after some time what is meant by virtual machine. Yeah. So fine, guys. We'll discuss about whether we require networking basics. I don't know everything. That will be fine. I will explain after some time. So now, whoever want to enroll your course, yeah, I will explain about what is the definition of cloud computing again. Nothing to worry. So whoever want to enroll this online course, my admin team has given all the details in the chat box with the fees details, everything. So please go to this particular chat box and save the admin team number. So if you have any questions, everything, you just directly contact to my admin team. Okay. So that is what I can say from the chat box. Yeah. See, I can see the response from the chat box. I think you guys are fine with this the cloud computing introduction. See, these are the reasons we are going with the cloud computing. So what is the main reason here? Because we don't want to invest a lot of money by creating a software company, by your creating your own organization. So we can able to go with the cloud computing. So how can we go with the cloud computing? So whether I want to, go with AWS, or whether I want to go with the Azure, or whether I want to GCP, it's depends on the pricing again. It depends on the pricing again. See, what is the cloud computing? Basically, it is a delivery of computing services. Whether you require servers, whether you require storage, or whether you require databases, or whether it require networking, or whether you require software analytics, whatever you require, everything we are going to get it through the internet. See, for example, I want to create a virtual machines. See, I don't have much money to afford, or I don't have much money to purchase my high configuration laptop. So what I can do that is nothing but I will just purchase a simple the configuration laptops. Let's say, for example, I'm going to purchase 4 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM. Let's say I'm going to purchase a 1500 GB SSD, or else we don't get 1500 500 GB. We'll get 512 SSD storage we are going to get. See, if you want to purchase these configurations, definitely you have to spend 35 to 40K. You have to spend 35K to 40K you have to spend to purchase this configurations laptop. So what I can do that, I'm going to purchase this basic configuration laptop. Now what I can do that, I'm going to create a virtual machine on cloud, create my virtual machine in the cloud. So I can save all the data, what are the employees they're going to do it every day, task basis. So every day the employees has to work something on the task. Once they complete the work, where we're going to save the work, we are going to save on the cloud. The end of the day, what we required, we have to take a backup of the data and we have to store in the servers. For example, I will go with a physical server. If I will go with the physical server, I have to invest a lot of money on setting up infrastructure. I have to invest a lot of money here. So as I explained, so we have to purchase hardware and we have to purchase softwares. Let's say, for example, you want to install your Microsoft, the server 2019. So what we require, we have to purchase a licensed, the operating system. Once you want to purchase licensed operating system, definitely we have to pay money to the Microsoft people. Then only they will provide a license to us. So after that, what we need to do that, we just need to have a cooling fan. Why? Because this server will work 24 into 7. This server will work 24 into 7. So then only what are the applications you have deployed? What are the applications you deployed inside the server? Then only you can able to access anywhere in the world. And also we require a system admin. Why do you require system admin? The system admin is the one person is going to take care about your physical server. If any networking issues is coming up, and if, for example, any application is having a downtime, if you are facing any storage issues, everything, he is the one is going to take care about all the physical server activities. Let's say, for example, you have a 5 TB, you have a 5 TB storage. You have a 5 TB storage. Now, what we can do with 5 TB storage? Let's say, for example, after 1 or 2 months, you got let's say 40 clients. You got 40 clients. So whatever the storage you have, that is not after sufficient. What we can do that again, I want to configure one more 5 TB storage. If we required the more 5 more TB storage, now what we need to do that? We have to go to the shop and we have to place an order. Once you place an order, they will give you with the same configuration storage after 10 days or 15 days time. They're going to take. So it is what happening here. It is going to delaying your during the storage the server. So that is the reason only. So without delaying, I want to increase my storage size. How can we increase your storage size? That is also a question. For example, if any power fluctuations come, else anything will happen to your physical server. Sometimes OS may crash, sometimes you may get floods, sometimes you may get earthquakes. If anything happened, irrespective of your knowledge, so definitely we are going to lose our data. Definitely there might be chance to lose your data. Once you lose your data, how can we recover the data? How can we recover the data? That is my question. If you lose your data, it is very difficult to recover the data. Again, you have to spend a lot of money by investing but we have to invest a lot of money to recover your data. For example, I want to recover my data. I want to recover my data. How can we recover your data? So by using some recovery softwares, that is also we have to pay money, and also we have to hire the who is expert to get data backup with help of the recovery softwares. There also we have to spend a lot of money. To facing all the challenges, then only we are going with the cloud computing. In the cloud computing, our data is very secure. Our data is very secure, and also whatever the data you're going to save on the cloud, whatever the data you are going to save on the cloud, the data will be saved in a mirror locations. The data will be saved in the mirror locations. Once if this anything happened to one particular data centers, and from other data centers, we can able to access your data. So that is how they're going to maintain the backup of your data. So without worrying of data, definitely we can able to go with the cloud. And also we'll see what are the reasons why we are going with the all organizations from on-premises to the cloud. See, there are 7 reasons why basically all the organizations are moving from on-premises to the cloud. See, the cloud computing is a big shift from a traditional way business think IT resources. Here are the 7 common reasons organizations are turning into the cloud computing services. See, the first thing is the cost. Cost is very important. See, as I said that 2004 and 2009, that particular period of time. So there are so many companies got shut down because of they're not able to afford the infrastructure cost. Now, let me explain how we going to reduce the cost. How we gonna reduce the cost? I'm going to show you how you're going to create a virtual machine. How we going to deploy a sample web application inside your virtual machine. See, don't worry about this all things. I will explain in this from Monday class onwards. So first, I'm going to log into my AWS account. Once you go to your AWS account, we have to create our account. Okay, don't worry. I have created my account with my credentials. I'm going to log in my AWS account. Let me log into my AWS account here. Just click on the sign in. Once you click on the sign in, you are going to get your AWS services here. See, once you go to here, services, we have different types of services we have. See, we have analytics here, we have application integrations, and also we have compute, and also we have containers, we have databases. Like we can see so many here, management and governance, and also we have storage, and also we have networking, different kind of services providing by this particular AWS people. As per your client requirements, we are going to select the services, whatever you require. Let's see, for example, I want to create a virtual machines. I want to create my virtual machine. If you want to create a virtual machine, we have to go with the EC2 service. We have to go with the EC2 service, Elastic Cloud Compute. This is the service using to create your virtual servers in the cloud. Just go to this EC2 service here. Once you go to EC2 services here, if you look at your left side, these are the 25 regions are there. So this is, India, we have a Mumbai data center, like, we have Singapore, we have Sydney, we have Tokyo, we have Ireland, we have London, Paris, different types of, this we can call it as regions here. Wherever you want to create your virtual machines from home, you can sit and we can able to select this particular region. So I'm sitting at my home. I'm going to select Ohio. So once you select this Ohio, and we can able to create our virtual machines here. For example, you want to create virtual machine on Sydney region. What we need to do that? We have to select this particular Sydney region. Once you click on the Sydney region, and we can able to create a virtual machine. Let me create one sample Linux instance, and I'm going to deploy a sample web application inside this particular instance. So here, just click on the launch instance here. Once you go to click on the launch instance, I just want to create my Linux instance. For that, I'm going to give the name called, let's say, the web server. So this is my web server. I'm going to give my instance name. And here I'm going to select Amazon Linux here. And I will discuss about why we need to go with the free tier eligible and why not we go with the, other services. Because if you go to here, what is meant by Amazon Mission Images here? We can see there is Amazon Mission Images. Amazon Mission Images is nothing but operating system and application softwares are available in the form of templates here. If you look at the definition here, an AMI is a template that contains the software configuration operating systems, application servers, and applications required to launch your instance. For example, if I'll ask you what are the configurations, if I'll ask you what are the configuration of your laptop, you will tell about your RAM, you will tell about which processor you are using, and you will tell about which type of the company laptop you are using. Let's say, for example, I'm using Lenovo laptop, and you will tell you what is your configurations. Once you ask your configurations, you will tell about how much GB RAM you are using. Let's say I'm using 8 GB RAM. How much storage do you have? Let's say I have 512 SSD I have. And what type of processor you are using. Let's say I'm going to use AMD processor, and also you will tell which type of operating system you are using. Let's say I'm going to use a Windows operating system. Okay, I'm using Windows operating system. So I'm using the Windows operating system. So basically, these are the basic details we are going to tell if any of your friend ask about your configuration of your laptop. Same thing here also, when you want to create a virtual machine. See, what is the difference between the physical machine and virtual machine? That we have to learn about now. See, what is my virtual machines here? The virtual machine is nothing but this AWS people have their own data centers in the cloud. They have their own data centers in the cloud. Now, what we can do is nothing but inside the data centers, we are going to create one small virtual machine. What is my virtual machine here? Physically, it is not existed here. We can't able to touch and we can't able to feel, but we are going to create this virtual machine somewhere, and we are able to connect it. And what are the work you are going to do it? Everything is going to save in the cloud. Whenever you want to log into your virtual machine, we require username and password. Once you enter your username password, we can able to log in. And once you've done your work, you're going to save the work in the AWS cloud. You're going to save all the data in the AWS cloud. For example, you're going to join as a DevOps engineer in a TCS company. Once you joined in a TCS company as a DevOps engineer, what they are going to do is nothing but they are going to create one credentials for you. They will give you username and password. Once you log in with your username passwords, that is nothing but your laptop username and password. Again, if you want to work with any client, let's say, for example, your client is located in US location. Your client is located in US location. So you have to connect with your client system and you have to work in the client system. What are the data you're going to save? You're not going to save in your local system. What are the data you're going to save? The data is going to be saved on your client system, which is located on your US location. That's what about the virtual machine. Virtual machine is nothing but physically we can't able to touch and feel, but we are going to create the virtual machine in AWS cloud, and we are going to connect through our laptop, and we are going to work on this particular the specific configurations. That is what we can call it as a virtual machine. But in AWS, we should not call it as a virtual machine. We have to call it as an instance here. We have to call it as a instances. What are the virtual machine you are going to create? That we have to call it as instances. This is nothing but a terminology of terminology of AWS. Each and every cloud, they have their own terminology. If you'll go with GCP, if you'll go with Microsoft Azure. So in Microsoft Azure, what are the missions you're going to create? Virtual missions that we can call it as a virtual missions. And here also in virtual missions also we have different types of virtual missions. Let's say we have Windows mission, and also we have Linux operating system. Different types of operating systems we have. So we know that what is the Windows operating system? The Windows operating system is nothing but a graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. So let me show you how it is a graphical user interface. So if you're going to install any software applications, or if you install anything, you can see all the icons over here. See, we can see all the icons. When you want to interact with the operating system, with icons only, we are going to interact with the operating system. For example, if you want to go inside the folder, what we can do that we just double click on this. Once you double click on this, we are going to insert the DevOps folder. Same thing here also, we have a Linux operating system. What is meant by Linux operating systems here? Linux operating systems are a command line interfaces. Command line interfaces. What is mean this command line interfaces here? Command line interface is nothing but whenever you want to interact with your command, Linux operating systems, we have to communicate with the commands. We have to communicate with the commands. That's the reason only in this particular course curriculum, we are going to cover the next commands. Along with that, we're going to cover it up shell scripting also. We're going to cover it up shell scripting. So this is what about GUI graphical user interface, and this is about command line interfaces. So we have different types of Linux operating systems. So we have Amazon Linux, we have Red Hat operating system, and also we have SUSE Linux, and also we have Debian, and also we have Mac operating system. We have different kinds of operating systems we have. Let's say, what is my requirement now? I want to create my Linux instance. When you want to create your Linux instance, let's see, I'm going to select the Amazon Linux. Don't worry about this filter eligible everything. I'm going to explain from Monday from basics level to what is this instance here, what is the configuration you required, why you have to go with the filter eligible, all these things. Why? Because you are going to create AWS account with the free support. You're not going to, upload for a development, or you're not going to use for this particular account for your business purpose, because so you have to pay some dollars every month. That's the reason only I have selected this a free tier eligible account. Once you select this free tier eligible account, so we have different types of operating systems and application servers we have here. So based on your requirement, we are going to select here. What it means by free tier eligible? Once you select this operating system, you no need to pay any amount to the AWS people. It is a free of cost up to 720 hours. See here, once you create any instance, it is a free of cost up to 750 hours. Once you exceed more than 750 hours, then what we need to do, we have to pay some amount to this particular AWS people. Once you go to here, and here is the instance type is nothing but how many CPUs you required, how much RAM size you required. See, we have one CPU is 1 GB RAM, and if you go with the 1 CPU 2 GB RAM and 2 CPUs 4 GB RAM, like this, we can call it as instance family here, type family. We have T2 family, we have T3 family, C4 family, like we have different types of families we have. Based on your requirements, you're going to select this particular instance type. See here, they have given all the pricing details also. For example, if you go with the T3.medium, 2 CPUs and 4 GB RAM, they're going to give. Once you go with the 2 CPUs and 4 GB RAM, how much cost it will be? If you go with the Linux operating system, they're going to charge 0.05 cents per hour. If you go with the Windows pricing, 0.0712 cents they're going to charge per hour. Okay, based on this RAM capacity, based on which operating system you require, based on that they're going to charge this instance type here. See, for example, I'm going to select the free tier eligible, so I don't want to pay any bill as of now. That's the reason only. When you want to log into your virtual machine, how are you going to log into your virtual machine? We require username and password. Here, what I can do that, I'm going to create my password. How can we create your password? Here we can see you can use the key pair to securely connect your instance. If you want to connect with your instance from your local computer, definitely we require this key pair. So without key pair also we can connect, but it is not a secure way. It is not a secure way. So once you click on this create new key pair, here we can see The key pair allows you to connect your instance securely. And here we need to provide the key pair name. What is the key pair name? The key pair name, I'm just going to give the key pair name. Say, I'm going to give mlinux, my key pair name. That is your wish, guys. And we can provide any name of the key pair name. And here we can see we have different types of key pairs. We have RSA key pair, and also we have this is the AD25519 also. It is algorithms, guys. So once you download any key pair, you're going to download the encrypted key pair. So these are the encrypted and decrypted algorithms. What is meant by encryption and decryption? What is meant by encryption and decryption? Encryption is all of nothing but encryption is nothing but, for example, I'm going to give my password. Let's say, for example, I'm going to give this password. When you provide this password, hackers may hack this password very easily. That is the reason only when hackers want to hack your virtual machine also, they should not understand what is your password. When they want to, they should not understand what is your password. What we need to do that, we just need to use some techniques to encrypt your password. Encrypt is nothing but we're going to change the readable format to, we're going to change this particular password to readable format to unreadable format. We're going to change this password to readable format to unreadable format. That we can call it as an encryption mechanism. So if you want to convert this password to encrypted, so we have to use different types of algorithms. We have RSA algorithm, and also we have SHA-256 algorithm. So as we have seen, this is also one kind of algorithm. We have like a ED25519. Exactly this we are going to use to Mac operating systems, or you want to connect your instance to the command and interface. That time we are going to use this particular algorithm. Okay. Yeah. So in Azure, we should not call it as an instance. In AWS, we have to call it as an instance. In Azure, the virtual machine, we call it as a virtual machine only. We just call it as a Windows virtual machine, and we call it as a Linux virtual machine. The terminology will differ from one cloud platform to other cloud platform. So definitely, they're going to share the complete syllabus with you guys, my admin team. So whatever we have discussed so far, everyone clear? Do you have any questions here? Could you please type in the chat box so that I can able to understand? Are you able to understand the concept, whatever I'm teaching here? Okay. Okay. So far it's clear. Yes, fine, guys. Okay. So I will tell you the end of this 10 minutes, what we are going to cover it up in this particular course curriculum. This I know some of the folks has joined today. Yes. Yes, I will tell you how can you practice the DevOps in your personal PC as well. Nothing to worry. We are going to install all the DevOps tools on the cloud. We are going to install all the DevOps tools on the cloud, and I will tell you how to install all the DevOps tools on the cloud. How do you connect everything? We'll discuss from the Monday class onwards. Now we are going to create one instance, and I will show you how to install a web server and how you're going to deploy any kind of application inside the web server. Let's see now. See, I'm going to create a key pair that is called as RSA algorithm, and I'm going to use this .ppk file. What is meant by .ppk file? It is a putty private key file. Putty private key file. See, what is my putty private key file? Because whenever you want to connect your Linux instance, we have to use the terminal. What is the terminal? We're going to use nothing but a putty terminal. See, once you click on the create key pair, so it is going to download your .ppk file. What are the name you have given? What is the name we have given? M Linux is one is a name I have given, and this is my key pair name. See here we have like encryption none, and we can see the public lines. This is my key pair. Can we able to understand what is the password it is inside this file? No, no one cannot understand what is the password inside this particular file. Whatever the key you can able to see, this key we can call it as an encrypted key. We can call it as a encrypted key. Let's say, for example, what is the password is going to generate it? The password can be converted into different alphabetical numbers, some symbols because of the encrypted algorithm. Now we can see the network settings here. What is the network settings? Network settings is nothing but you want to establish connection between from your local computer to your virtual machine. Let's say, for example, this is my laptop. I want to connect my virtual machines from my laptop. How can you able to connect your virtual machine from your laptop? We just need to, what we need to do, we have to use the protocol called as a SH protocols. We have to use the protocol called as SH protocol, which we are going to use to establish the connection between from your local mission to the virtual mission. So this is my instance where I have created here. Where I have created in the AWS cloud. I have created in the AWS cloud. In which region I have created? As Sydney region we have created. Sydney region I have created. So I want to connect from my laptop to this virtual machine. That is the reason only we are going to install the PuTTY terminal. With the PuTTY terminal, with help of the SH protocol, we are going to connect or we are going to establish the connection between your local mission to your virtual mission. What is meant by SH here? SSH is nothing but a secure shell. It is a protocol which helps us to establish the connection between from local computer to your AWS cloud instance. Let's see now how we can able to establish the connection here. So before that, see, by default is going to select SH protocol. So don't worry about what is HTTPS and HTTP. That we'll see after some time. Okay. And here we can see by default, they are giving 8 GB storage, but you required how much GB required? The free tier eligible customers can give to up to 30 GB. For example, you require more than 30 GB. Yes, we can able to add the volume. See, we have option to click on the add new volume. Let's say, for example, I want to use 100 GB. Once you type 100 GB, whatever the additional storage you're going to adding to this particular, your instance, this is the chargeable. We have to pay amount to whatever the additional storage you are going to use. That is the reason only I'm not going to use any additional storage. Whatever the storage they are giving, 30 GB, it is more than enough to me to practice all these things. Now, here we can see the right side, the summary here. The summary is nothing but how many instances you require, whether you require one instance or whether you require 100 instances or you require 10 instances with the same configuration. Based on your requirements, we are going to create this virtual machines. Let's say I'm going to create a one instance as of now. I'm going to use which operating system I selected here, Amazon Linux. And what is the type of instance? It is a TT.micro. And what is the security I have selected? It is a SH protocol. And how much storage I have selected here? 30 GB. See here, in the first year includes 750 hours. That means, once you create your AWS account with the free tier eligible, it is a free of cost up to 1 year. It is a free of cost to 1 year. Once you create your virtual machine, that is called as instance, it is a free up to 750 hours. Up to 750 hours. Okay. Now click on your launch instance now. It is going to launch your instance. It is going to launch your instance. Now here we can see the view all instances here. Just wait a second. I'm going to share my screen. Why it is the blinking. Yeah. So once you click on your launch instance, your instance is going to be launched here. See, what is the name of the instance here? My name of the instance is a web server, and this is my instance ID, and this is the instance state, and this is the instant status should be 2x2 parsec. 2x2 parsec. What is meant by this 2x2 parsec we have to get? Let's see now. So yeah. So once you create any instance, it is a free up to 750 hours. Whether you are using it in 1 month or you are using in a whole year, the 750 hours, that is your wish. But once you create an instance, how many hours it is going to be running? It is like a 750 hours only. It is a free of cost. Okay. So tomorrow we don't have any demo class. From Monday only we have classes. Yeah. Yes. Fine. Thank you very much. So this is the process. How we going to teach you? How we going to create your instance? Now we have created this instance. Now you can see the instance details here. This is my instance ID. What is the instance ID here? This is the name of instance. This is my instance ID. So automatically for each and every instance, this AWS people, they're going to create a one instance ID here. So once it is going to create instance ID, we can see the instance state. It should be running. What is my running here? Running is nothing but it is successfully launched your instance. After that, what type of instance type you have created? Whether you have selected t2.micro, like you selected t2.small, what are the instance type you have selected? The details we can able to see here. And I will explain about this status check. Should be 2 by 2 parsec, and we can see the availability zone, and we can see the public IP4 address, and also we can see the elastic IP address. See what is meant by this public IP4 address here. Yeah. What is the public IP address and private IP address? This public IP address and private IP address is going to be created by AWS people. So we are not going to create any public IP address and private IP address. Whenever you want to create your instance, we are going to use this public DNS name. And what is this elastic IP here? Elastic IP is nothing but whenever you're going to stop and start your instance, each and every time the public IP address is going to be changed. But you don't want to change your public IP address. You want to keep your constant IP address. That time we are going to go for this elastic IP. That also we'll discuss in this regular classes. And here we can see the monitoring here. It is disabled, the security group name. What are the key pair name we have given? That key pair name we can able to see here. What is the launch time here? Today is I launched my instance. That is the details you can able to see here. Apart from that, once you click on the instance ID, we can see all the details here. We can see the public IP4 address, private IP address, VPC ID, the subnet ID. Don't worry about VPC ID and subnet IP address. So we have a separate section for VPC concept, the virtual private connection. That means, so in your AWS cloud, you want to create your own network. How are we going to create your own network for your organization? What are the virtual machines you're going to create? You want to maintain your own network. That how it is possible through the VPC only it is going to be possible. That we'll discuss in the going forward sessions. How are we going to create a VPC ID, subnet ID, all these things. Now, once it is done, the status to be 2 by 2 parsec. Just click on the refresh now. See, it is a status check 2 by 2 parsec. What is meant by this status check 2 by 2 parsec? 2 by 2 parsec. So we have two checkpoints, checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2. So what is meant by these two checkpoints? One checkpoint related to your hardware. Because, so we are using AWS cloud. I mean to say, what are this AWS cloud? They have their own data centers. Okay. So inside their own data centers, what we are going to do that they are going to allocate some hardware to us. They are going to allocate some hardware to us based on your requirements. Based on your requirements. Based on your requirements. They are going to allocate some hardware to you. On top of the hardware, they are going to install your operating system. That means we can call it as a Amazon mission image. Whatever the Amazon mission image you have selected, that Amazon mission image, they are going to install on top of the hardware, whatever you have selected the configuration. See, for example, if anything happened to your laptop hardware, what we need to do that we have to change the complete, your laptop motherboard. If you don't change your laptop motherboard, it doesn't work. Same thing here also. If anything happened to your hardware, you need to change your hardware. But how we can able to change your hardware in this AWS cloud? That's my question. Let's see now what are the types of issues we are going to face. 2 by 2 parsec is nothing but see, they have allocated hardware, and on top of the hardware successfully it is got installed operating system. And also we have 1 by 2 parsec, 1 by 2 parsec, and also we have a 0 by 2 parsec. What is meant by this 1 by 2 parsec? 1 by 2 parsec is nothing but this hardware successfully allocated, but on top of the hardware, so OS is not installed. OS is not installed because some bootable file issues, some other reasons, the OS is not installed. That time you are going to get this 1 by 2 parsec. When you get 2 by 2, 0 by 2 parsec, what is my 0 by 2 parsec? See, they have not allocated any hardware. It is failed to create some hardware. And also, once it is not allocated any hardware, there is no point to install operating system on top of the hardware. That time you are going to get 0 by 2 parsec. So once we get this 1/2 parsec and 0/2 parsec, what you need to do that? So you need to restart your instance. You need to restart your instance. You will get 0/2 parsec. What we need to do that? You just need to stop and we need to start your instance. See guys, virtual machine is nothing but is like your personal laptop. Whenever you want to start your instance, whenever you want to stop instance, yes, you can do that. See, when you don't have any work, that time we can able to shut down your laptop. Same thing here also. Once you click on the checkbox here, once you go to instance state here, we can see there is a stop instance, there is a start instance, there is a reboot instance, and we can see terminate instance. What is meant by terminate instance here? Terminate is nothing but when you don't have any, when you don't have any work with this particular instance, what are the requirement you have created? The requirement is meeting. Now we don't require anymore this instance. That time we can able to click on the terminate instance. It is going to be terminate your instance. That means what are the hardware and what are the storage they are allocated for you, it is going to be free and it's going to allocate it to some other user who would require this particular instance type and so hard storage. This is what we can call as an instance state. We have a stop instance, we have a start instance, reboot instance. For example, you are facing any issue with your instance. That time what we can do that we can able to reboot instance. Now I will show you how can we connect your instance. How can you able to connect your instance from your laptop? For example, if I want to connect my Linux instance, what we need to do that we have to click on the checkbox and we have to click on the connect here. Once you click on the connect, what we can do that we just need to copy this username, this one EC2-user is nothing but username, and this is your public DNS name. See here, the public DNS name, it is matching with this DNS name. So this is the username. Whenever you are going to create 100 virtual missions or 100 instances also, for each and every mission is going to allocate the username called as a EC2-user. See, there are two ways we can able to connect in AWS Cloud. See, one is the EC2 instance connector. Here, once you click on the connect here, once you click on the connect, it is going to connect your instance. It is going to connect your instance. There are some disturbances. Can you please unmute someone? Yes, fine. Rajesh, can you please unmute yourself? Yes, fine. Okay. See, it is going to connect your EC2 instance with your AWS Cloud. So this is the one way of establish the connection between your local computer to instance. Now there is another way. So once you go to SS client here and see, I'm going to connect my instance. How can we be able to connect? I have to download the Putty. So from Putty, I need to connect it. See, I will tell you how to download your Putty software. Nothing to worry. See, I have to copy and paste this username at the DNS name, or else I can be able to connect with the public IP address. And which port number we are going to use? So I explained already. When you want to connect from your laptop to your instance, we have to use a port number called as a 22. That is called as a SS protocol. After that, we have to go to the connection here, because if you're not going to interact with your instance, it is going to be inactive. But if you don't have any work in this instance also, it should be active state. That means, each and every 60 seconds you want to establish your, start your session. For that, we need to provide the 60 seconds here. Whether it is 60 seconds or 30 seconds, it's your choice, guys. Let's say I'm going to give 60 seconds here. After that, we have to go to connection here. And here, what we need to do, we have to provide the seconds here. And we'll go to SH here. And we have authorization here. Once you go to authorization, click on the browse. Once you click on the browse here, we need to upload .ppk file, whatever you have downloaded. See, this is my .ppk file, whichever I had downloaded. Once you click on open, it is going to connect your instance here. We are going to connect your instance. See here, successfully it is got connected. This is the virtual Linux instance. It is like my personal computer. Whatever I want to do it, I can able to do it with help of the commands here. Sudo m update -y. It is nothing but it is going to update my operating system. And also, for example, you want to install the web server. You want to install your web server. So through the commands only, we're going to install all the web server, or you want to create any files, or you want to write a source code, or you want to create any directories. Everything we have to doing with help of the Linux commands. That we are going to cover in this the next module. So let me explain about what are the tools we are going to cover it up in this particular course curriculum. I already explained in the yesterday session also, and I'm going to repeat once again what are the tools we are going to cover it up. See here, if we take this AWS, we are going to cover it up EC2. Also, we are going to cover it up VPC is very important, and IAM, and also we are going to cover it up S3. S3 is the service. Also, I'm going to cover it up for SNS, simple notification service. Also, I'm going to cover it up for CloudWatch. The CloudWatch is a tool which help us to monitor applications on the cloud. Okay, and also we're going to cover it up, Route S3, and also we're going to cover it up for RDS, and also we're going to cover how to create alarms in this particular AWS cloud. So these are the services I'm going to cover in this AWS cloud. And apart from that, so we're going to cover DevOps tools. We're going to cover it up DevOps tools. I'm going to list out what are the tools we're going to cover. I'm going to cover the GitHub. It is a source code management tool. I'm going to cover it up with Docker. It's a containerization tool. I'm going to cover it up with Kubernetes. And also we're going to cover it up Ansible. And also I'm going to explain about in Ansible, we have to learn AML scripting. So AML scripting is a part of our training. Once you want to do automation, we have to learn the scripting. So that is the reason only we have to go with the AML scripting. Once we learn the AML scripting, we can able to do automations. That is what we can call it the infrastructure as a code. We are going to cover Terraform. We're going to cover Terraform, and also we're going to cover Maven and also we're going to explain about Grafana. Also, is most important tool called as Jenkins here. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, and also we're going to cover the SonarQube. Is a code quality tool, and also we're going to cover it up Nexus artifact repository, and these are the tools which we are going to cover in this course curriculum. Apart from that, we are going to cover, there is a monitoring tool called Negis. Also, we are going to cover. These are the tools and these are the services. Apart from the tools, we're going to cover the Linux commands modules, and also we're going to cover the shell scripting. And also, I'm going to explain about the Jira. Okay, it is a ticket tool. How we going to install Jira and how we going to raise a ticket, how it is going to integrate with the Jenkins, all the things we'll see in the going forward sessions. These are the complete course curriculum, whatever we are going to discuss. So, and also my admin team will share the course curriculum with everyone. And also, if you have any questions, we can interact now and we will discuss in the open forum. Okay. So this is what we discussed in the today's session. What we discussed in the today's session, we discussed about why we have to go with the cloud and how we are going to, reduce your cost, and also how we are going to create a virtual machine, and how we are going to establish the connection between your local computer to your virtual machine. This is what we are covered in this today's session. Don't worry. This is again, I'm going to explain the regular classes. Just I want to explain practically how we're going to create your virtual machine. That is the motive behind this particular course. Apart from that, we are going to conduct the mock interviews to assess the candidates, because I don't want to go with any of my student with a proxy. Any student with my proxy. That is the main motive behind this training. If you learn all these tools, then why you have to go with the proxy? What is the point to do the proxy here? So you don't require to go with the proxy once you follow my instructions. It's very important to follow my instructions. I mean to say, whatever the class notes we are going to provide, and what are the recordings, what are the recordings we are going to provide, and also we're going to provide the complete PDF tool-wise material. And also I'm going to provide the interview questions tool-wise. Interview questions. These interview questions I have not taken from Google, guys. These interview questions I have not taken from the Google. I have collected all the questions from my old students who is already placed and who is going through the interview phase. And also will help you out to how to prepare your resume. How to prepare your resume. And also I will tell you how to upload your resume on the Naukri. How to upload in job portals. We have Naukri, we have Monster, and we have different types of like we can see LinkedIn also very good platform where we can able to get more opportunities. And also those who don't have any LinkedIn accounts, please start create your LinkedIn account, start search any job with a LinkedIn also. There is also very good platform where you can able to explore your knowledge, where you can able to explore your skill set over there. That's what we're going to cover it up. So we're going to connect the mock interviews, and also we're going to provide class notes, recordings, and PDF documents, interview questions, and also we'll help you out, resume, and also will help you out to upload your resume in the job portals. So why we are putting lot of efforts here? Why we are putting a lot of efforts here? As in Naresh IT, we want to build your careers. We want to build your careers, guys. We want to build your careers. See, everything I'm going to teach from the basics to advanced level. I mean to say 20% theoretical knowledge. I'm going to give 80% lab sessions. We are going to do that. So note, take my notes. I mean to say, mark my words. Whatever I'm going to tell in the demo sessions, I'm going to cover 5 real-time projects. I'm going to cover 5 real-time projects. So I will tell you about how to write your declarative projects, and also how you're going to develop any applications, how to deploy in the Groovy scripting, and also I'll tell you about how to write AML scripting files to create a Docker Compose file, or how you're going to write a pods with help of the AML in the Kubernetes. Everything I'm going to cover in this particular course curriculum. And this is all about the complete overall view about the course. Yeah. I can see so many questions in that chat box. Yes, we'll go with the chat box here. Yeah, now admin team is going to unmute all. Now it is duration of the course is 2.5 months to 3 months, guys. 2.5 months to 3 months of the duration. Because I don't want to rush of any topic. I don't want to miss out any topic. I want to cover all the topics, whatever we are going to mention in the syllabus. And also, apart from that, I want to give the assignments every weekend. Every weekend, I'm going to give some assignments. And also, I'm going to validate your assignments. It is not like just giving assignments. I can say I don't have any time. I have to rush towards my course. It's not like that. I want to validate my assignments so that I can able to understand how you are following my classes. Okay. Yes. Sir, will you be taking mock interviews, or some other person will be going to take? I'm not going to take any mock interviews. Along with my colleagues, there are some people will be there. They are the persons, they'll come, the real-time experts, they will take mock interviews. As a trainer, if I take my mock interviews, some people will answer the questions, some people will not answer the questions, but other persons the industry experts will come and they will take mock interviews. They'll give feedback the student wise. So what is the student skill set, where they're lagging, how they are performing the mock interview. If we'll upload the resume, is there any chance to, reject the candidate, all those drawbacks I'm going to discuss with the trainers. Yes, download all the syllabus from our website. Yes, guys. So we have official website called www.nareshit.com. Go to there, click on the DevOps, and we can able to download syllabus copy over there. Okay. Yes. So B Pharmacy graduates are eligible for this course. Yes, guys. The only thing is, if irrespective of any degree, if you have a BCom background, if you have BSc background, if you have BCA background, and if you have B Pharmacy background, or you are from BTech with different branches, it doesn't matter. Only required is you have a commitment and a zeal to learn something